Hey.
Welcome back to another episode of Hallway Discussions, and we've got cameras. This
we
is
do
a big
have
change.
cameras. Hello, say hello to your camera. Nick, your camera's over there.
Oh, my camera's there.
Yeah,
Hello.
yeah, my camera's there.
Look at us. We're upgrading, slowly upgrading.
Are indeed. The tech is going up. Anyway,
We've got. Well, yeah. No, we'll just talk about the whole thing. You know, it's been a work in progress. I've been wanting to get cameras and all sorts of things onto the podcast for a while now. But yeah, Jake, you really pulled it out the bag here. I have no idea what I'm doing, so it's been great. Yeah, you know what you're doing. You know camera stuff. He was talking about some 12 bits or something earlier.
a bit rate. Yeah. No, to be honest, that's only on your camera actually. I'm just in standard 8 bits with the default camera from uni. You've got about 12 bits. You are represented by about I can't do the maths off the top of my head. Almost a trillion colors.
A trillion.
Whereas I get about 16 million. So we will upgrade the SD cards next week, and we can break that around. But that's fine.
Yeah, no, but look at us. We got you guys. I don't think in the cameras you can see it, but we have the logo on the TV next to us.
We will have a third camera over there, I reckon, just behind the desk, and that will get a nice center shot of both of us in one shot, plus Ahoy discussions. Yeah.
I think it's important that we get across, be as transparent as possible in terms of what do we want the podcast to be. What is our end? What is our short term and potentially long term goals? I think when we talked over coffee, I think our short term goals were. We'll try and get it onto YouTube. We'll get some YouTube shorts going. We get proper advertising. We'll try and make this as successful as it could be. And I think this is a big step in the direction, I think. You know.
I think you're right. So, I mean, obviously a podcast is what, it could be up to an hour and that sort of thing. Today's world, we don't really get like the engagement for an entire hour on YouTube. I mean, name a YouTube video you've watched for an hour. And being stayed focused for it's
tough.
It is tough, yeah. And I was watching another video, a guy just talking about like attention and stuff. And you listen to a podcast when you're doing something else. You're driving, you're in the car, where you couldn't be watching the video at the same time. So you need to be watching the road, or you're cooking. But like you get people that stay tuned for like a whole episode of a podcast, and it's 100% engagement. Whereas with a YouTube video, you're talking like 3 minutes max, usually like 30 seconds for most people. So I think if we're going to get this on YouTube, we're going to have to just record a whole audio podcast with cameras as well, and then maybe cut out the best moments, like those really like golden conversations.
I think so.
Just like 5-minute clips, even that, like 3 minutes, and just put it, and then you can even take the smallest bits from that and just blast it on like YouTube, Instagram, TikTok, whatever you want. So.
Yeah. Because I saw, funny enough, I saw a YouTube short of Mr. Beast talking about how podcasts and using YouTube shorts has really just accelerated. And we all know Mr. Beast. He has incredible amount of views anyway. And he's saying, okay, using YouTube shorts and going onto podcasts and just broadcasting everywhere has just increased the number of engagement and actually people wanting to listen and watch some of his stuff. So it's really just catapulted him, which is quite interesting. And hopefully we'll get to a point where we're as successful, Mr. Beast. It'll be a big ask.
Just got to keep going. I mean,
yeah.
That's where I think one of the biggest things that is the reason why people don't like go forward with things and actually achieve their goals, so to speak, is just a commitment. I mean, like the only person stopping you from doing these sort of things is yourself.
Yeah. And
all it takes is to lose interest and lose motivation. You lose that fire under your belly or whatever it is. It's gone. It's out the window. So, and then before you know it, something else has grabbed your attention. I'm honestly, the amount of projects I haven't finished is just it's so annoying. Like I just want to make this at least one of those things that we can
continue it. Yeah. No, what was one of those projects then that your friends who came on board, everybody was on board, and then it just suddenly dropped off in enthusiasm and the willingness to do it?
It probably started with so last year, of course, we had the Project 34 house parties.
Yep.
And so basically we realized, okay, we can set up a website. We can get loads of freshers to sign up and they can find out where it is, and then we host a party at our sort of thing. And it worked really well. We actually end up with 60 people giving us their personal details, which we don't really need. We just wanted to have a reference so we could send them an address and that sort of thing. But yeah, so it was we were trying to make this app where you could have kind of like Tinder for house parties back in the time. And
you're trying to create an app just swiping, this house party, yeah, let's go to that.
It was effectively that. And there's been many use cases in the past where it's failed, crashed and burned, and just had a long list of legal issues with party crashing, that sort of thing.
Yeah.
So anyway, I actually went to the Enterprise Centre and actually got a grant for to build this app and stuff. It went through. It was only a startup, like £500 grant and stuff. But it was in getting to that stage when it was like, I realised that we were not in the space to like be investing yet. Where I literally had a team of like 3 people, a couple of app developers and like some marketing stuff. But we're all students, like we didn't know what we were doing with our lives. You know, it was really hard to like maintain it there. So I've basically taken the route of, okay, I'm going to park that there until I know what I'm doing, like leading this sort of business venture. And instead, I just basically looked at the SU website, see like on the Enterprise Center, saw this a couple of entrepreneurs that won this like big $7,000 startup grant. And it was basically for an app that was basically, it detects wildfires out in Bolivia or something like that. So it was this, I think I told you last week or something like that.
So they designed the UEA students then? Or?
This is, I think they're ex-UEA students. One of them is like, he's about 40 and the other one's like an undergraduate, or he's doing his master's or something. Anyway, so I've joined them, and to be honest, I'm a little bit behind in developing the app for them, but I told them I'll develop it, and I gave them some mock-ups and said, right, I can do this, just start doing it. So if I can maybe start from the bottom and work up, then maybe I can learn a bit more from, Edwin, the guy that's running this, a bit like how to pitch your ideas, how to communicate with people, how to get people on board and like keep them there.
Yeah.
That was the main struggle for me. So
yeah, and I think, with this podcast as well, it was quite, initially, Sean, Toby, we're all on board already. Let's go book a podcast. But then over the next few weeks and the months, we were trying to come up with ideas for podcasts. And I was really pushing it. I was trying, okay, let's get a better logo. Let's get some new guests. We're not going to do certain topics because they wanted, I think it was a different kind of artistic approach which they wanted to go down. Toby and Sean seemed to go more down of the, let's make it a comedy. Let's do kind of sticks, that kind of stuff. Not really the direction I wanted to go. I wanted to bring actual cameras in. I wanted to actually put it into something I can be proud of. Something I can look back when I'm 40 years old or whenever. I could think back
when your life's basically over.
Yes. when we're out of uni. So I want to look back and be able to say, wow, we made a proper podcast, and maybe it's still going. Who knows? I think, the long-term goals for this, at least, is something sustainable, something that people can actually engage with. Some people
relatable,
and somebody wants to get in, and you wanted to get on board. That was a real it made me a bit starstruck, can't lie.
Really? Yeah. Do you think I was trying to come in like sabotage the whole operation? I'll change it to Hallam podcast. That's what we're going for.
I just upload the next episode and it's just blur. There's just no audio, nothing going on.
No. It's to be honest, I've been looking for projects to really get behind, and to be fair, I'm taking quite a big chunk out of the schedule for this, but to be fair, that's what I want to do. So I'm more than happy to do it.
From now on, pretty much all podcasts going forward, hopefully, will be in this format, available on YouTube, and we'll try and we'll decide. I think we'll start off just putting some YouTube shorts of good clips, and then if time comes and engagement is there, we may consider uploading the whole thing, the whole episode to YouTube. But we'll just have to wait and see. We'll see where it goes. All the audio will still be going up onto Apple Podcast, Spotify, all those sorts of avenues. So everything will be the same, but you just have an added feature of seeing us for the first time. If you don't know us, this is what we look like.
Well, this is what Nick looks like. I'm relatively new to this, but yeah.
Yeah, no, but I'm excited for the time ahead, and it's gonna be good. The next podcast you'll probably see will be an interview between me and a representative from the NGO Zero Gravity, who will be coming on tomorrow. We're doing a Zoom podcast, so there'll be a different layout already. So you have that to look forward to. But it's going to be good. I have high hopes for this. We have a very good, the next few months before Christmas. Let's see what we can put out. Let's see what we can put out. So, that will be it for now. We'll catch you guys in a bit. Thanks for listening. And I hope you enjoyed this new setup on YouTube, on video. Bye.
See you soon.
See you in a bit.